How's it going, everybody? Chris Jenkins, credentialed member of the media, covering the Carolina Panthers for Charlotte Vibe, here in Spartanburg at Wofford College after the first day of training camp. Crowds were not as big as I thought that they would be. It was a nice crowd. You know, it's a Wednesday. Not everybody can take off work and make it down, but it was definitely a decent crowd. I was kind of wondering, like, man, will it be jam-packed? But probably that'll happen more on the weekend type visits than you can get on a Wednesday afternoon. Great seeing a lot of supporters of the channel. Lots of people said hello. Quite a few people said hello, so I appreciate it and invite you all the time. If you see me out and about, please say hello, want to take a picture, whatever. I'd love to do so and meet everybody that's out there. So the Frank Reich era has begun. The Bryce Young era has begun. And let's go ahead and whet your appetite really quick. See if I can get this video to play pretty quickly, which I think I can. Here we go.
Here's good. 10 minutes of high five.
All right, so that was just to get you excited about what I saw today and what I'm going to talk to you all about. So we're going to do something different this year. We're going to do 2 videos each day. All right, one video is going to be highlights, video recaps of practice, everything that I can show you, I will show you. So a lot of that right now will be Bryce Young throwing the ball. So there's another video on our channel that you want to look at if you want to see lots of highlights from today. And I did get quite a few. I think I got the best out there. So if you like that, please consider subscribing to the channel. We got to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of training camp. All right, that'll help me so much, get more player interviews, more coaches. If you guys could do that, you know, I continue to earn the title man of the people. And hit the like button if you have already subscribed. All right, so this video today, I'm going to go over what I saw in practice today. I want to emphasize that all of my stats will not be 100% correct. It's just me out here today getting all this information, so I can't say with 100% certainty that I did miss a rep by a player or I did miss a catch by a player. Okay, so please keep that in mind. Got to stay hydrated out here, so you will see me drinking some water on video. That's what happens with live video. Mom's joining. Appreciate you, Mom. How are you? Mato Lomax. Hopefully I said that correct. Appreciate you jumping on. How are you? So this video today, I'm going to go ahead and go over what I saw. I'm pretty much going to go over each snap and tell you what I saw and let you decide, you know, how you're feeling about this team. Are we in a good spot? Are we needing to improve in some other spots? And each day I'm going to switch it up a little bit more where, you know, like today I may focus on how many snaps, which quarterback got and who the ball was thrown to. Tomorrow I might focus on the offense and who was starting and what groupings were out there. And then I might focus on the defense. So we'll continue to rotate it around. But certainly I work for you guys. And if you say, hey, Chris, right now we want to hear play-by-play. That's what I'll do. I'll bring you play-by-play. So just leave it in the comments right now what you would like, if you want to just see it, or if you start to have a strong opinion one way or the other. All right, let's go ahead and get into these recaps. What's up, Allie Broderick? Let's see. There we go. What's up, Allie Broderick? And what's going on, Anthony Logan? Appreciate you, everyone, for tuning in. Let me go ahead and get up my notes. We'll go through this. Fortunately, I did find a good tree with some shade, so you see some sun poking through right there. See if I can get out of it. There we go. I got out of it. I want to be a little closer to my computer. All right, I'll get out of it. Let me just move this back so I can get out of that little sun. Uh-oh. There we go. All right, so overall, not surprisingly, Bryce Young got most of the snaps today. Scott Fitterer, when speaking yesterday, he kind of had me fooled, and he's always saying, like, it's Frank's final decision on how they want to do things. But yesterday, Scott Fitterer said that he really thinks that Andy Dalton doesn't need that many snaps and that Matt Corral and Bryce Young will get the bulk of the snaps. So that's what I was prepared to see today, but that's not what I saw. Bryce Young had the most snaps, followed by Andy Dalton, followed by Matt Corral. Again, not 100% official stats, but I have Bryce with 23 snaps today. I have Matt Corral with 5 snaps today. And then I have Andy Dalton with 16. So the order today was Bryce, Andy, and then Matt Corral. Again, not 100% official. I want to keep saying that, but I'm going to give you what I saw and was able to record, keeping track of stats. So perhaps the reason for the change from what Scott Fitterer said yesterday to what we saw today out on the field could be like, yeah, maybe Andy does not need that many reps, but let's go ahead and get him out here early, get his out the way, make sure that he's doing what we think that he's capable of, and then once we verify that, all right, maybe we will go to predominantly Matt Corral and Bryce Young getting steps. Even though I will say, as I'm thinking about this and telling you all, he did say during the games, during the preseason games, okay? So let's go ahead and go through these. We're going to first go over the what was the team drills that they were doing. I'm looking for a piece of paper here that I do not have, so give me a second to try to bring up some notes because I don't have a piece of paper that I thought I had. One moment. All right, so let's go ahead and break this down. Get my screens right. Thank you for your patience, as always. All right, so first play, again, just going through these play-by-play, right? Bryce with a completion. That completion was over the middle, and his first completion was to Adam Thielen. On the next play that I have from practice today, it was a handoff to by Bryce. It was a handoff, did not get the running back on that play. Then early on, it seemed like Thielen was his guy. Bryce with another connection to Adam Thielen, and Bryce with two handoffs back to back, and then he had a pass, very nice pass to a wide open Shi Smith. And I'm gonna tell you, today there were several times when Bryce was able to make a really good connection mid downfield, and then he had one deep downfield, which was great to see. I know I heard one person toward the latter part of practice say, man, we hadn't seen him try to throw the ball downfield. Was it by design or was it by read? You don't know, because one thing that's talked about is Bryce is smart. You know, if I can get this guy 10, 15 yards, I'm going to get a first down. I don't need to take that chance down the field, but maybe, I see a guy down the field on a play that was meant to be short, and I'm going to hit that. So we'll continue to look at things, evaluate, and see. But that was the first grouping. Looks like about 1, 2, 3 passes, 3 handoffs that Bryce did. Next up, still on the team concept, we had Andy Dalton step in. Dalton had a handoff. Unfortunately, Andy Dalton did have the first interception of training camp that was thrown today on his very second possession. Did not get the guy who intercepted that. Sorry about that. And then we also had, after the interception, I don't know if guys got a little antsy trying to do too much, but they came right back and had an offsides with Dalton back there under center. But we're able to get the next play off. It was a screen, kind of a screen in my opinion, just a little short dump off to Damiere Byrd. Damiere Byrd is a guy that I'm really intrigued about for this camp because he's been with the Panthers before. And he played against the Panthers last year for the Arizona Cardinals and did extremely well in that game. So wondering if he could be a guy that comes up a little bit to some of this rotation. It seemed like it might be him or Shi Smith toward the bottom part of that wide receiver group that's going to be competing. Maybe special teams could be the difference for one of those guys to make the roster. We'll just continue to see how things play out. Another screen type play. This one was to Hayden Hurst with his reception from Andy Dalton. And then after that, we went from teams, which is basically 11 on 11, to 7 on 7 drills that they were doing. And first play, Bryce is back under center. Bryce with a completion. Then Bryce tried to hit Terrace Marshall Jr. Play was contested pretty well by the defensive back, kind of coming over the top pretty well and knocking the ball out. So that was an incompletion, but it was a pretty nice defensive play that made that an incompletion. We then have Bryce Looked like Bryce was trying to connect with DJ Chark, and on that attempt, the ball was too high. He was running some type of comeback route. Ball was too high. You got an incompletion by Bryce on that one. And then you have 2 more completions by Bryce. One to what I have is Ian Thomas, and then the other one would have been to Laviska Shenault. If you guys are having some comments, please leave them. I'll come back to them at the end of the video. As always, again, like the video, subscribe to the video, all right? Moving on, Andy Dalton came back under center, so as of right now, we haven't seen any Matt Corral, right? Andy Dalton comes back out. He gets a completion. Andy Dalton makes a completion to Tommy Tremble, and then comes back, hits Damiere Byrd. So again, you've heard that name several times, Adam Thielen, Damiere Byrd. But he comes back, hits Damiere Byrd. Dalton then had a miss. Oh, sorry. Let me not lose where I was. Okay, yeah, then he came back, had a miss, and then next play, it was a completion to Derek Wright. All right, continue to move on. Let me make sure I have this number right. I have number 39. So yeah, Tyron Evans. So still in 7-on-7. Bryce threw a laser. Nice looking pass. There were some nice looking passes today. Really nice looking passes by both. In my opinion, Matt Corral also has a very, very beautiful pass. Tight spiral, nice speed on his passes. Bryce didn't throw every pass like that, but you might like to say that, hey, Bryce has different touches. He'll know, just get it in there, laser it in there, loft it up in there. You saw passes of those types all day today from Bryce Young. Next, Corral did come in, had a completion. Then on the next play, Bryce is back in, and he threw a ball, and it went low into the ground. It was almost looking like a screen. My position on watching that play wasn't the best because I'm pretty much in the goal line, and I had a bunch of players on the sideline blocking my angle, so I couldn't see if that was one of the plays where he's just throwing it away to get the ball, out of his hands, or if it was some kind of timing issue. Hey, I thought you were going to run one way type of thing. So, again, trying to be as transparent as I can about what I'm seeing so you all can know how to process this information. Let me get back to my spot. And then Bryce came back with 1, 2, 3 more completions. Dalton came in. Dalton had 2 completions. And then we went back into a team atmosphere. Bryce did have a ball batted down today, just going through my steps, when they went back to a team format. And very next play, Bryce hits Adam Thielen. Next 2 handoffs. And then the next play, defense did get some good pressures a couple of times today. I still say overall, and this is like a way too early, kind of don't get excited comment, that the offense played better today with their passes. Several times wide receivers were more. There were more times that wide receivers were wide open than there were times where I saw Bryce Young getting under so much pressure where he had to throw the ball away. Continued on, so Bryce, after the connection to Adam Thielen, then had a hand. I'm sorry, I already did that. Sorry. So let me backtrack. I was going to talk about my vantage point and the play that I saw, which Bryce seemed like he would have been sacked, but he essentially threw the ball away after getting away from some of the defenders. So a few times it looked like Bryce threw the ball away today just to try to get rid of the defenders. And you heard coaches, I forget exactly what they yelled, but it sounded like they were saying, telling the guys, hey, make sure you don't get too close to these quarterbacks back here. I know it's the first day and we're getting after it. They can't even have contact today, but they did kind of get close, and I guess coaches want them to, hey, once you've beaten your guy and you're there, just kind of let the play complete without you disrupting it to too much of an extent. Next, Bryce had a connection to Laviska Shenault, and then he did a handoff. Dalton came in, had a handoff. Dalton didn't have an incompletion. And what else we got? We got a few more here. One play I couldn't see the end of it. Dalton with another handoff. And then Dalton to, I got here 87 being Josh Van, deep post. So that was one of your deep plays. Bryce was in on most of them, but Andy Dalton had one that was to 87, also known as Josh Van. Bryce threw another one in the dirt. Couldn't really see well on that one. And then Dalton comes back in. Dalton hits Tommy Tremble. Dalton hits Bird. Dalton hits Bird again. And then Dalton with a handoff. So I think that'll take us through it all. Yeah, that'll take us through us all. So again, today's format was just giving you all a play-by-play. Let me know what you think. Do you like me telling you the play-by-plays? Do you want me to continue the play-by-plays and give you a little bit more information on each one of those? As of right now, my plan tomorrow is just to look at the offense as a whole, with also focusing on Bryce Young. And then the next day is to go to the defensive side. But I work for you guys, so you dictate how the coverage comes out of Charlotte Vibe to you. And now I'm going to go ahead and check these comments, see what we got going on. Hampton Howie says football is back. Yes, indeed, Hampton football is back. It was hot. KPM, the man, the myth, the legend. That's something Lauren used to say online. But thank you very much for the kudos. And hopefully I'll see you out here one day, KPM. But appreciate you. And then Hampton with the endorsement here of the making sure that you like the video. Like the video, it helps us out. Next week, I don't have for certain what date, but next week is when I hopefully will get into my one-on-one interviews with all the draft picks, excluding Bryce Young. So be sure to look out for that. Another reason to hit the bell notification to watch those videos. Last year I was even able to get a coach in, which it was pretty cool. All right, let's see what else we got here. Gary Jennings et al. So I did see Gary Jennings out there, but as you see, if I didn't mention his name, didn't stand out, didn't do anything. I got David Wright 83, Quano 79, Bradley Bozeman's signature. That's cool, man. That's cool. I didn't stay the whole time to see how many players were signing autographs. I instead rushed to get some production done on the video, which is already online. If you haven't seen it, please click on the channel itself. You'll see the list of videos, and you'll see the video in which I have, a ton of plays, ton of reps from Bryce Young captured on video today at practice. So for those of you who couldn't be here in Spartanburg, I'm helping you feel like you're here. All right. All right, so that'll wrap us up for today. Again, appreciate everybody that tuned in. Any former Panthers sightings today? So that's a good question. I feel like I saw a player, but I wasn't able to get close enough to really confirm, so I'm not going to say who it was. But from what I saw, again, today my focus was on trying to get a lot of video. I wasn't looking around too much at the crowd and other things going on. I didn't even really watch formations and personnel groupings because I was really trying to focus on getting the stats that I went over with you. But so unfortunately, I can't report whether or not there were any former player sightings. Pretty sure before the end of the week they will. I know NFL Network will be here later on this week. A few of Carolina Panthers former players, Steve Smith and Thomas Davis, works for those guys. So it's a pretty good chance that it will happen before the end of the week. So that'll conclude the coverage for today. Appreciate everybody for tuning in and watching. Please hit the subscribe button. We got to get to 10,000 so I can, have do more things for you all. I really want to continue to do more. The larger subscriber base would help a lot with doing that. Chris Jenkins from Wofford College in Spartanburg for Charlotte Vibe.